All right, let's get her going here. Good weekend for everybody, I hope. Nick Kyprios in for Justin Bourne today, our very own Gord Stellix, Sammy McKee, Derek Brandeo, and Jen Rolnick next 2 hours, including this one, Leaf Edition Hour, live on Sportsnet 590 The Fan, Sportsnet 360, and Sportsnet Plus. All right, JB, tending to a family commitment.
Yep.
Gordo, thanks for coming in, pal. How are you?
I'm good. Now, do you write the names down?
Well, it's
Here
all,
we go.
it's
Yeah.
all part of an in-depth scheduling by our very own Sammy McKee. Sometimes I can't make the
see.
names out because the crayon
Oh, they're all
smudges.
there. Okay. No, I'm serious. Joe Bowen, I did color with him for 4 years. Jim Ralph's done it for 1,000 years. Joe writes your name down. No, he does. Like he
Yeah.
write in ink. Like, so whatever. So I wasn't knocking you. I said, it sounds weird. Sometimes those are the things that when, you're new at doing in and outs.
Yeah.
I'm kind of like, whatever. We weren't broadcasters first. So anyway, good for you. But to see Sammy types it out nice for you.
Yeah, but I mean, I get it wrong half the time. So that's
Oh.
why I said, here we go. It was a contentious issue. The lineup's not always perfect, much to the chagrin of my good friend, Mr. Kyprios over there. But away we go.
Sammy, you're trying your best.
Yeah.
That's all we ever ask out of anybody here on the Real Kipper and Bourne Show.
I tried my best to stay warm today, but I failed. It is freezing in Toronto today. Freezing.
Yeah, it's a good one. On the weekend, I flew down on Friday to catch the Rangers and the Washington Capitals on a
Nice.
rare noon game, but decided to stay Sunday
Mm-hmm.
to hang out a little bit.
Yeah.
Take the wife to
Right.
Georgetown.
Okay.
Really nice. Got a nice 1:45 flight back to Billy Bishop
Perfect.
Airport
Mhm.
that got delayed.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Not
you
so
don't-
perfect. Like how much?
Like wheels were down still at Dulles Airport at 4:30.
Oh,
I've got
goodness.
a live 6:30
Oh, my God, Kipper.
pregame show with Justin Bourne,
Man.
David Amber, and Elliot Friedman, and I'm like sweating bullets. Like, come on, I got a
Jeez.
1:30 flight, 1:45 flight that should land in Toronto at 2:45, 3 o'clock. Plenty of time, right? No.
I mean, that is cutting it a little close.
Is that the most you've been like you don't
In
get
25 years of broadcasting, that's the closest I've ever
Okay,
cut it.
'cause
Like,
I
I really thought I was like done,
Yeah.
not coming in.
Because you carry that show too, so they need you. Like I mean that's even
I was carrying
Yeah.
something, but it was not,
Yeah.
the show. It was in my pants. So now I land and it's 6 o'clock. It's like 6 o'clock, and they're telling me like, slow down, don't come in now. We want you to stay in your Uber, and we'll Zoom you in on our
No.
pregame show.
Oh.
I'm like, are you nuts? Are you nuts? They all wanted me to do our first block out of a Uber.
Well, and seeing the humor of it, letting the audience in, right? Like
I
not
know.
doing,
Yeah.
otherwise,
Yeah.
Cable
Anyways, it was like
yeah.
I got in, I got dressed, I shaved in 9 minutes.
And the audience was none the wiser. Got a pretty good game. I think would had good numbers last night. I don't, but I mean,
I think it was one of those games where I think on a rare Sunday
Yeah.
that people are still in their weekend mode and sat back and relaxed and watched again the Leafs find a way to accumulate points. And sometimes it wasn't as pretty as Saturday night, let's put it that way. But I think Leaf fans left that game happy.
So hold on. Before we move off this
Yeah.
late thing, what time did you actually enter the building?
6:09.
Oh, and on air for 6:30?
30. Yeah, about 6:10.
Wow, that's
6:10.
pretty good. I mean, to be still
Like,
wheels down in another
you should have
country.
seen me go through like Billy Bishop, like in a full
Right.
sprint. A full sprint. Like, get out of the way.
now do you have Nexus?
I do. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That helped.
Yeah.
It
Plus,
helped.
getting out of the way and knocking people probably helped as well.
And I thought I was going to help myself by telling my driver, listen, like 3 words, big fat tip.
yeah, and
And it didn't go over so well. This guy couldn't find the slowest
Oh,
people
my God.
to drive behind. And I'm like, buddy, did I, was I not clear? Like, it's Come
well,
on.
you know what? The Lord is getting you because you called me desperate years ago to go to Sportsnet at 401 in McCowan. We used to be up there.
Yes.
As your car, and I went out of my way, picked you up, taken the Don Valley Parkway, and all you did was bleep and give me crap about how slow I drove.
This is
That's
true.
all you did.
Yes.
And, you know,
Yes.
I'm a law-abiding citizen. You know, I don't want my insurance rates to go up. And
Well,
you had the best line about the dog.
Yeah, I said, like, there's a dog pissing on our wheel right now, Gord. If you just can step on it a little bit here.
Well, you should offer the Uber driver, like, let me drive. I'll get us there in time. Then you'll get the big fat chip. Anyways.
All right.
So you
The
made it.
Toronto Maple Leafs completed their sweep with a back-to-back on the weekend. 6-4 win over the Bruins and then 3-2 in overtime. I'll let you take the floor first there, Gordo, in terms of what you saw last night. We'll get into specifics, but we are at a halfway point officially for the
Yep.
Toronto Maple Leafs.
So, okay, halfway point was kind of a point of assessment. So, you know, we do those Toronto Star columns, and I'm kind of pitching at the halfway point. They've won as far as the free agent signings. They've got the best value, even with Stolar still injured. Anyway, that's one. Yeah, you want to get in first place so you get a better playoff matchup. Conceivably, they're in first place. When you get a better playoff matchup, you want home ice advantage. That's what it's for. They've never really had home ice advantage or taken advantage of it. They win 2 games at home. They've been playing really well at home. You mentioned the point. Exciting game Saturday against Boston. Not so much Sunday against Philadelphia, but they win them both. Finding ways to win games. So, I mean, that's kind of the overview. Then there's the minutia. And then, hey, you know what? Said I was filling in on the Islander Leaf game, and I kind of said, hey, let's have one kick-ass game. Let's not have a 3-2 win. That was Saturday. I mean, you got Matthew Nyes with a hat trick. You got Matthews is back, 5 points. Marner's back, 5 plus 5s. Nyes is plus 6. So that was kind of one of those fun games. Every now and then, you want one of those fun games. And ideally, because we always talk about the playoffs, one game each round is that kind of fun style that you win. So that's what I saw.
Yeah, I love just how they're winning in different styles, and you alluded to it there. I think one of the complaints about this Leafs team over this year is that at times it's been boring, but, you know, I'm not going to complain about wins because wins are wins. It's hard to get in this league. But Saturday night looks so much different than a lot of these games have looked, and they showed that they can win sort of a shootout. I don't think Joseph Woll was particularly sharp on Saturday night, and they kind of picked him up as he's picked them up in many games. I thought Saturday night was an awesome hockey game, and just there's a lot to take out of it. So,
Which also led to Austin Matthews coming back after a 6-game. He was away for 6 games.
Yeah.
So let's pick up Craig Berube on Austin Matthews returning, and then we'll take it from there.
He was solid. I mean, that line was really good, obviously.
Leafs all in on center hunt. Treliving's bold moves could shape Toronto's future. As a die-hard Toronto Maple Leaf supporter, it's hard not to get excited about the latest trade buzz surrounding the team. Brad Treliving, the Leafs general manager, appears poised to make some daring moves to strengthen the squad's depth down the middle. The whispers of significant trades are growing louder, and Elliot Friedman of Sportsnet has added fuel to the fire with his recent revelations. The situation has become even more pressing as the Leafs grapple with the ongoing upper body injury to team captain Austin Matthews. Matthews has already missed the last 4 games, and while the team is doing its best to stay afloat, the need for reinforcements at center is undeniable. Treliving, it seems, is ready to part with valuable assets to address this glaring need. The center's on Treliving's radar. Names like Jake Evans from the Montreal Canadiens, Brock Nelson from the New York Islanders, and the Philadelphia Flyers' Morgan Frost have been mentioned as potential targets. These players bring a mix of experience and skill, each offering something unique to the Leafs lineup. But, as Friedman highlighted during his appearance on the Fan 590's The Fan Hockey Show, the price tags for these players vary significantly. That's the number one thing he's, Treliving, been looking at all season, Friedman noted, emphasizing the GM's focus on finding the right fit at center. This isn't just about plugging a hole, it's about finding a player who can elevate the team to new heights. Priorities in focus. While some fans might argue that the Leafs need help on defense, Friedman suggested that Treliving's primary focus is elsewhere. They did a lot of their work in the off-season. I think now there's a question if they need to go find someone to play with Morgan Rielly, he explained. But, it's not their number one priority. I believe their number one thing all season has been, let's find another center. This clear focus on center depth speaks volumes about Treliving's strategy. The Leafs are willing to pay a hefty price, But there's a caveat: the player must come with term. Why term matters? The preference for term isn't just a strategic move, it's a sign that Treliving is thinking long-term. Rentals can be tempting, especially for a team looking to make a deep playoff run, but they often come with risks. One of the things I've heard is that if they're going to spend assets on a center, they would prefer it to be someone with term, Friedman revealed. This approach ensures that any trade made benefits the Leafs beyond the immediate future. Internal struggles and potential fits. Internally, the Leafs have tried to find solutions. Fraser Minton showed promise earlier this season, but the organization prefers to let him develop further with the Marlies. Meanwhile, the Leafs' current lineup has struggled to maintain its depth in Matthews' absence. One intriguing option could be Vincent Trocheck from the New York Rangers. With the Rangers facing their own challenges, could they be persuaded to part with a player like Trocheck, who already has chemistry with Leaf stars from last year's All-Star game? The road ahead. As the calendar flips to 2025, the trade deadline looms larger. Treliving's actions in the coming months will undoubtedly shape the Leafs' playoff aspirations and potentially their long-term future. For Leafs fans, the anticipation is palpable. Every move, every rumor, and every game feels like a piece of the puzzle. Treliving's willingness to swing for the fences shows a commitment to bringing a championship to Toronto, a dream that has eluded the franchise for far too long. Why this matters? This isn't just another season. This is a chance for the Leafs to solidify their identity as a contender. With Matthews expected to return and the possibility of a major trade to bolster the lineup, the team is poised to make a statement. Treliving's boldness, combined with the team's potential, makes it an exhilarating time to be a Leafs fan. Whether it's Evans, Nelson, Frost, or another unexpected addition, one thing is clear: the Leafs are in it to win it.
So, buckle up, Leafs Nation.
The journey ahead promises to be as thrilling as it is unpredictable. Treliving's moves could define the legacy of this team, and, hopefully, end the championship drought that has haunted Toronto for decades. The weight of expectations. The Leafs are no strangers to the pressure of the spotlight. Toronto is a hockey city, and the Maple Leafs are its beating heart. Every move made by management is scrutinized, every decision debated endlessly by fans and analysts alike. Treliving stepped into a challenging role when he took over as GM, and his willingness to take bold steps shows he understands the weight of these expectations. What makes this moment particularly critical is the team's current window of contention. With stars like Auston Matthews, Mitch Marner, and William Nylander in their